Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ljs Garage. As you can see, it is beautiful springtime. And oh my god, other than the allergies, this is my favorite time of the year. And I know it's been a while and the videos have been kind of crazy, but winter sucks. I just don't do winter. Winters just aren't my thing, so we're back. And with that being said, I want to start off with talking about my cars. What have my cars been up to? Because not much has changed, sadly. I haven't done any crazy modifications. I haven't bought a Lamborghini. I wish, but I haven't bought anything cool. I do have some cool ideas in mind, but I haven't done anything because, again, winter just for me is like hibernation. And so for the videos that you guys saw during the last like 3-4 months, it was a lot of work to get those out. But I'm back. I'm back. I wouldn't say I'm back and better than ever. I'm back and working to be better than ever, because that's important, right? So there's that. So the first car that I'm going to start off with, which was my winter daily. So it's the easiest to talk about because I've spent a lot of time in this. I purchased this back in about November of last year. And so this thing has treated me very well. I'll say that I've put about 11,000 miles on it. So when it comes to this thing, I feel pretty good talking about it. I've spent some time behind the wheel. I've spent some time in the passenger seat. I've spent some time in the back seat. No, that part's not true. So with all that being said, I want to touch on a few things. I know I could go on and on and on about this car, but luckily enough, LJ's already reviewed this thing. I reviewed it actually when I bought it, but I probably should have done a review video, then decided if I wanted to buy it, but I already knew a lot about this thing, so I already knew I wanted to buy one. So I'm very happy with it still. I've had several offers, I've had several people try to steal this thing from me because they also have fallen in love with it. Now, hear me out. The 5 things that I'm going to list that I love, and the 2 things that I'm going to list that I hate, I'm sure a lot of you will say, I love that, I hate that too, whatever. It's all subjective, right? Cars are subjective, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what's going to happen when you put someone new in a car and ask them to review it. They might sit in here and they might say, this is the worst SUV of all time. Would they say that about this? I hope not. I'm not going to do this in a normal, boring video. Instead, I'm going to demonstrate my favorite things about this car to you and why it might be something awesome and wonderful to you as well. Kind of give you guys like a POV, first person point of view perspective of what it's like to be behind the wheel and own one of these and the benefits that you would enjoy if you were to have one. The first thing that I love about this, the looks. This thing's handsome. And I've done a couple photo shoots with this car. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of these beautiful, photogenic, sexy photo shoots that I've done with this car right here. And I know it's an SUV, I'm gonna call it a car, SUV, doesn't matter. As long as I don't call it a motorcycle, right? But this thing is good looking. So number 2, that's gonna be the air ride suspension on this thing. It rides buttery smooth. I enjoy driving this thing, and I don't know if it's because I'm turning 29 and my back is just not about that sports car life as much as it used to be, but I love this air ride suspension. Comfort, comfort, comfort. Can't stress enough. Now, here's the good thing about an air ride suspension like this. Number 1, you know, back in the day, you know, you used to hold the door for a lady or your partner or whatever. And so in this, what's better than holding the door, you know, they don't want to jump into this tall SUV. They might be like 5'3" or something like that, you know, 5'5". And this might be like a good height to get in. Let's just say, you know, you don't want their friends to always want to ride. What you do is you crank this up to the highest setting, and I'll show you, it's kind of a pain to get in once you bump it up because it'll raise it about 4 inches. Yeah, this thing gets pretty tall. So when a lot of those guys are like, man, look at my big old truck, I'm like, it's cool, I got air ride, you know, watch this. Jack it up, it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let this air ride thing inflate, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, and I'll show you the perks of this air ride suspension. And what's even better than raising it is you can lower it. So when your lady's getting in and everything, you just go ahead and set this thing to park entry mode, and it drops down and it sits very pretty and nice, and she's able to just walk right in, you know, just whoop. So this is off-road 2, the highest setting. Look at this gap. We don't like that gap. So your date comes up and she's ready to hop in. What you're gonna do after you showed these monster truck driving, you know, southern folks how cool your Grand Cherokee looks, you're gonna go ahead and hop in, and then you're gonna go ahead and lower it down. Make it lean, clean, and do that. Now, this right here entry exit mode, easy as that. And they say chivalry is dead. If you really wanted to, you just walk around and pop this door open, and trust me, you're in. It's kind of messy right now, but number 3 is the space that this thing has to offer. I'll go ahead and pop this real quick. And I just want you to understand that this thing has moved furniture, it's moved dogs, it's moved me, it's moved an elliptical, it's moved so much. And I can just, so much room. Like, I'm 5'9", right? I'm comfortable back here, all right? If you have to sneak your friends somewhere, they can fit 2 of us comfortably. On top of that, these seats, once they're folded flat, the amount of room you have, let me just show you. Now, they're not folded all the way flat because I got stuff in there. Lots of stuff. But, yeah. Van life, bro. And the best part of all of that is whenever I need to put anything back here, if I'm not sure if it'll fit, all I do is I know basically how wide I am and how long I am. And so if I want to put something in here, it's got to be shorter than me. And I know that it will fit behind me comfortably. So this is a good bit of room. Plenty of room for, for those of you that are parents. This is a nice little mom-dad mobile, but it just looks good. Gets the job done. And like I said, with that park entry exit air ride, you set it to the lowest and your loading floor is just right here. So you can just kind of pivot from the hips, because the correct way to lower things into, and look at that. You take this extra spare tire out, you know how much room you have under here? So much room. Am I gonna do that? No, because I don't need more room. But this actually leads into number 4. My other favorite feature of this, and it's number 4, and it's the panoramic moonroof sunroof. If you've never been in one of these, this is the overland trim, and it's got the beautiful, gorgeous, just take a look. I'm gonna hop in there, let's go. Take a look at that. Oh man. And like I said, oh, look at the clouds. That's so pretty. Oh my God, that's nice. It's so beautiful. Let's zoom in on the cloud. Okay, back to the video. So let's just say you're sitting back here, which look at these seats. Seats are nice. And you got this view. So, look at that. You're just staring up there, taking in the sun, riding in the back seat, you and your lady. You pull over somewhere and you just, stop, and then you just, the stars. It's romantic is all I'm saying. For stargazing back here, this just folds back, ignore the dog hair. But yeah, just romantic. Sets the mood. An added bonus is when you're back here, you got, look, guys. It's just a regular outlet for your house, so you can plug in all your toys, the important stuff that you need for when you're in the back seat. And then, I don't have these activated right now, but I really should. Last, but not least, is this one's kind of a 3-part package right here. So hear me out. In the winter, remote start, already amazing. Remote start that automatically turns on your heated steering wheel and sets your heated seats to max. Secondly, the other part of that combo is in the summertime, open your windows, do all that stuff, get some fresh air, that's nice. But sometimes the boys, they get a little stuck down there and you gotta have a little bit of ventilation. And so these vented seats are the best thing ever. I only usually keep mine on low because I'm a modest man. But some of you might like the high setting. But there is that high setting, and I haven't used it yet because I've been plenty satisfied with the low setting. Just keeps everything fresh. This isn't an ad for anything, but I'm just saying this Jeep is nice. It's got what I need. It's got what you guys might need. And now it's time to hit you with the bad. The bad isn't too terrible, but when I first made the video on the Jeep, someone recommended, they said, the transmission being a little funky sometimes is because you're driving in eco mode. This Jeep is electronically shifted, and so sometimes there's programming issues. It doesn't know how to do the math when you need to downshift, or you floor it, or you drive aggressively. It's not really built for that. So if you put it in sport mode, that solves that, but gas mileage suffers a little bit because of it. So hear me out. It's a pain in the butt, because when it's really, really cold, this thing does not shift very well, so you kind of have to be gentle on the throttle in order to make the car drive the way that you want, a little bit smoother on those shifts. Because even leaving the driveway from first to second when it's really cold outside, like 40 degrees even, and it'll just be like drive, drive, and it's just like that slight hesitation. I've done some research into it, and it only does it when it's cold, and it's a common thing with these, but it's frustrating because it makes you feel like your transmission's done for. Just being smooth on the throttle low fixes it, and just not driving in eco mode. I don't like when I have to fix the way that I drive in order to accommodate a car. Just not really how I operate. I like to floor it sometimes, I like to pass people sometimes, and I don't have time to sit there and be gentle about it. Not always. Yes, I'm a BMW driver, so, you know, that's kind of where my driving habits come from, but it's what it is. The second annoying thing is the Uconnect system. Every time you go in here, if you want to go to your seats and all that stuff, I'll just show you guys. I don't know, it's hot in here too. I'm freaking sweating. Time to turn these vented seats on, that's for sure. Alright, so Uconnect, it comes on. It's nice because in the beginning it asks you if you want your heated, cooled seats, all that stuff. Pretty nice. But when you're just driving around, you have to go in here and adjust everything. Like simple things, you can't just dim your mirror from regular physical buttons. But yeah, let me turn these vented seats on. Boy, who am I kidding? Alright, so vented seats on. But let's just say you want to change certain things. You have to go into here, go into apps, and you have to look for whatever you're looking for. And if it's not here, and you didn't create a shortcut, you got to go to settings, and then change all these things in here. There's a lot of settings, and it could be kind of cumbersome. But overall, it's not terrible. It's just that I wish that I could do my heated and cooled seats a little bit simpler, more simple, whatever the one I'm looking for is, but such is life. With all that being said, that's pretty much my 10,000, 11,000 mile wrap up on this thing. I haven't had any major problems, I haven't had any major hiccups, and it's been a champ. It's been one of the best cars that I've actually owned, other than the transmission that doesn't like the cold. I get it. Right now it's been nice. It's been a pleasure to drive this thing. I just got back driving 600 miles and it was a champ. So would I take this thing on a road trip everywhere? Yes. I wish it got better gas mileage, but such is life. You can't really have something that does all of those things, or can you? That's what I'm here to find out. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, because I do a lot of reviews and it's now great weather and LJ feels normal again and it's back to filming. So thanks for checking out another video. Let me know any questions, comments, concerns you have on the WK2 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And if you have no questions, just, you know, like the video. Let me know I look good, whatever. I'm cool with it. But stay sane, stay healthy, be happy, all that good stuff. Until next time.